Good morning all of you. In our previous day we were discussing about increasing and decreasing functions. And the next application of derivative that's coming, maxima and minima of a function. For that, we can consider one function. One function is coming like this, its graph. Suppose this is one function, f of x. So its graph is given like this. See here, these all f of x values. These all f of x values comparing with this point. Suppose this point is one C. See, at C, this value is f of C. Comparing with its neighborhood values. Whose neighborhood values? F of C's neighborhood values. What we can say about these all values? See here, when you are taking these neighborhood values, we can say f of C is greater value than its neighborhood values. Isn't it? Once more, here one curve is coming like this, means f of x graph is this one, it's given like this. And this one point we took means this function, actually this function is increasing function, it is increasing these all points, it is increasing, and after reaching a particular point, after that the next point onwards it started decreasing, isn't it? And see, coming like this, it is decreasing, 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 these all points it is decreasing. At this point no change, and after this point, see this curve, what is happening for this curve? This curve is started increasing. And it is increasing these all points after this point, after this particular point it just started decreasing. So like this increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing, this graph is, totally this graph is neither increasing nor decreasing, but if we are considering an interval, means in this interval or in this interval, what is happening for the curve? This curve is increasing and after a particular point then it started decreasing, isn't it? So in this type of situations, see here we are getting a point C, at C this value f of C is greater than these all values, means which are the these f of C's neighborhood values, means its left side and the right side very nearest values. Comparing with those neighborhood values, this f of C is a greater value. Then we can say at C, that means f of C is a maximum value of this function in this small interval, not throughout its domain, in this small interval. We can say it is a maximum value, f of C is a maximum value, or we will say the C is a maxima of this function. Okay, and see this particular next point. See here this function is decreasing, decreasing, at this point it is decreasing, 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 decreasing. See here one particular point we got, we can call it as some C2, or this is C1, C2. At C2, what we can call, see at C2 this is f of C2. F of C2 is neighborhood, compare with its neighborhood values. See, f of C2 is a least value comparing with its neighborhood values. That means f of C2 is smaller than f of x. This x belongs to the neighborhood of C2, or f of C2, f of x belongs to neighborhood of f of C2. That means f of C2 is left side values and right side values. Comparing with these values, f of C2 is a least value, isn't it? So we will call this is a minimum value of the function in this particular interval, or up to here, this up to this interval, this function is a minimum value. It has a minimum value, that is f of C2, or we will call it has a minima, the point of minima, that is C2. C2 is a point of minima of this function. Clear? Same way here we are getting another one point, we can call it as some C3. See, what about f of C3? f of C3 is neighborhood values. Comparing with its neighborhood value, what is happening? F of C3 is greater than those f of x values. F of x, which f of x this one? The neighborhood of f of C2. So comparing with its neighborhood, f of C2 is a maximum value. So for this function at present, this function is not over in this. See, if you are considering throughout the real number as a domain, we will get this function. It is to the left side and the right side more structure is there. So we are consider only few portion of this function. Among that one we are discussing the maximum value and minimum value. Here we got a maximum value and here we got a maximum value C3, not C2, C3. F of C3 also gives a maximum value. And see, here after f of C3 this function started decreasing and at this point again there is what change is happening? That decreasing nature is changed to increasing nature, isn't it? So here this point means where this value f of C4 is smaller than its neighborhood values, we will call this is a minimum value of this function. Can we say it is the least value of this function? Never. That's why we are calling it as a local minima point. So this is a local, because many minimum values we are getting, isn't it? So we are calling this is a local minima, this is a local minima. And here this is local maxima and this is local maxima. We will call it as local maxima of this function and local minima of this function. Okay. So I think you understood what it is, local maxima and local minima. Local maxima and local minima means if a function started or showing an increasing nature and at a particular point it's changing its nature, that is to decreasing, means one increasing function and at one particular point it started decreasing, so that particular point is a local maxima. Clear? And the same way one function is decreasing, it shows a decreasing nature and after a particular point it started increasing, means it was decreasing, then after the C2 this point it started increasing. So that point we are calling it as a local minima, means comparing with its neighborhood, that is a minimum point, minimum value. Clear? And the same way here f of C3 is a local maxima and here f of C4 is a local minima of this function. So for a function there will be many local maxima values and local minima values. Clear? Then same thing we can discuss one more time. This is one point C1, we marked here already C2 and this point is C3 and this point is C4. Here, see what about the tangent of the slope? We know here this is increasing nature showing and you know the tangent is coming like this. Here the tangent is positive, slope of the tangent is positive. These all points slope of the tangent positive. What about here the tangent is this one? What is its slope? Its slope is coming 0, means when you are getting a point like this, when we are drawing the slope, tangent, the slope of the tangent means this tangent is parallel to x-axis. That's why the slope of this tangent is equal to 0. And after this one, see here, this is the tangent and here this is the tangent. And see what about here in this right side? After this point where we got the slope of the tangent equal to 0, the next point onwards, see we are getting like this lines, isn't it? So we know the slope is negative, means this tangent makes an acute angle with the x-axis, obtuse angle with the x-axis, so this is, its slope is negative. That we already discussed while explaining increasing decreasing function, isn't it? So when it is increasing, the slopes of the tangent are positive and at this point where we are getting the slope is equal to, or this C1, at C1 we are getting the slope of the tangent equal to 0 since this tangent is parallel to x-axis. And after that C1, the next point onwards tangent is coming like this, so its slope is equal to negative. And here this tangent is here, tangent is here, tangent is here, tangent is here. Here we are getting again slope of the tangent equal to 0. That means the tangent parallel to x-axis. And here the tangent, 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 like this we are getting, tangent we are getting. And see here again tangent, 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 and here we are getting the slope of the tangent equal to 0. Here slope is positive and this side tangent slope is negative, and we are getting like this. This is the tangent and this is here, it is positive. Clear? And when it is going like this, tangent will come this side, this side. You can see this graph in many ways, means see here when it is increasing the slope of the tangent is positive, and at this point we are getting the slope of the tangent equal to 0, and after this point the slope of the tangent up negative, and these all points slopes of the tangents negative, negative, negative. At this point slope of the tangent equal to 0. And the next point onwards again it is making acute angle, tangent makes acute angle, so slope is positive, 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 positive. Here all points it is positive, then it is changing to negative, isn't it? So what is in this at the point of local maxima? We already discussed this is a local maxima point. We can call this C is a point of local maxima. Local maxima. C1. C1 is a point of local maxima. C2 is a point of local minima. C3 is a point of local maxima. C4 is a point of local minima. Or we can call that is f of C1 is the local maximum value of this function. Local maximum value. Like this we will call for all C1, C2, C3, C4, all values. Okay. C2 is a point of local minima, and the minimum value of this function in this interval is, or f of C2 is the minimum local minimum value. Clear? Like this we will use. And see, we all discussed the slope of the tangent is positive. When it is positive and after reaching the point means maximum value, then after that the next point onwards is started, the slope of the tangent is negative. So when the slope of the tangent is positive, at a particular point the slope of the tangent equal to 0, and the next point onwards slope of the tangent is negative. Means slopes of the tangent we are discussing, it was positive and at a particular point it is 0, then it is negative, then we can say that point will be a maximum value point, or it's a point of maximum value. That's, see here C1, in C1 that's which we discussed, that is coming in C1. See, its left side, C1's left side, this its slope of the tangent is positive, and at C1 slope of the tangent 0, and after C1 slope of the tangent negative. Clear? So for the slope of the tangent, if shows a change from positive to negative, in between one point will be there, the slope of the tangent equal to 0. Am I correct? So that point will be a local maximum value. That point will be a, that point means C1 will be a local max point of local maxima, and this value f of C1 is the local maximum value of the function. At where it gives a local maxima? At C1 it gives a local maxima. Got it? And C2, at C2, what is happening for C2? See, this, it was, its slope of the tangent was negative and it changed to positive. So in between there will be a point where the slope of the tangent equal to 0. See, there if from negative to positive a change means in between one point will be there, slope of the tangent equal to 0. So that point, which is that point at C2, the point of local minima. Clear? And f of C2 is the local minimum value. One of the minimum value is f of C2. That's why it is calling local minimum value. And here same explanation what we have discussed for this point, the same way it is coming here. The left side of f of C3. Left side of f of C3 we are getting the slopes of these all points. We are getting, or at C3 we are getting slope of the tangent here. At C3's left side we are getting the slope of the tangents are positive, and there is a change from positive to negative. So here we are getting slope of the tangent at C3 is 0. Clear? So C3 is a point of local maxima, and the same way C4 is a point of local minima. According to what sense you will think? So slope of the tangent was negative, and at C4 slope is 0. After C4 slope is positive. Clear? Then what we studied about slope of the tangent? If f of x is a function, what is the slope of the tangent? We studied derivative, first derivative, that is f dash of x is slope of the tangent. Isn't it? So what we can say about here, f dash of c1. See, f dash of c1 will be 0. F dash of c2 will be 0. That means slope of the tangent equal to 0. Slope of the tangent means f dash of c1. Slope of the tangent at C2 is 0 means f dash of C2 equal to 0. Same way f dash of C3 we are getting it as equal to 0. F dash of C4 also 0. That means these all points slope of the tangent 0. So according to derivative explanation, what we can say, f dash of C1 equal to 0, f dash of C2, what actually we have written? We wrote slope of the tangent equal to 0. That is f dash of C1 equal to 0. At C2 also slope of the tangent equal to 0. That means f dash of C2 equal to 0, f dash of C3 equal to 0, f dash of C4 equal to 0. So these all points we called a name for this one, where this function's values, first derivative value is equal to 0. We are calling these values as critical points. So how many critical points we are getting now at present? 1, 2, 3, 4 critical points. Were this first derivative equal to 0, those points slope of the tangent equal to 0. That's why we are calling it as a critical point. So here we got C1, C2, C3, C4 are the critical points. Clear? And so if we got a function f of x, when we are finding f dash of x, suppose we got some points where this f dash of x equal to 0. What we can say about those points? Those points are the critical points. At those points, the slope of the tangent will be 0. That means there is a chance for getting at those points either maximum value or a minimum value. Is it clear? So, to check whether a function, whether it does have a minimum value or maximum value, what we need to do actually, we need to find f dash of x equal to 0 at which all the points. So at those points, either we will get a maximum value or we will get a minimum value, because at those points slope of the tangent equal to 0. So these all points only we will get f dash of x equal to 0, isn't it? So next one. See, we have one curve, means same curve we can explain. Curve is like this, one curve. See, we have drawn the tangents here. At this point we got it as equal to 0, and these all points tangents drawn. See here the tangents, see these, we know this is a local maxima point, or this point C1 gives a local maxima. At C1 we are getting a local maxima, and see its left side and right side when we are drawing the tangents are coming above on this curve. On this curve means just upper part of the curve. Upper part means not outside, on this curve, isn't it? And when we are drawing at C2, these, see up to here it is on the above of the curve, means after here one point, see these all points, how these tangents are coming under the curve actually. See down, see here all points we are getting under the curve. Correct, no? So like that also you can think. And see what about this point when it is a maxima, local maxima, f of C3 is a local maxima. See its left side and right side we are getting the tangents are on the curve. On the curve means just above the curve, isn't it? Upper part. And see when it is a local minima, what we are getting, it's coming down of the curve. Like that also you can think. See the tangents, tangents are coming like this. See, and one more thing. See at this point C1 we told it's a local maxima, this is local minima, local maxima, local minima. See it's a concave shape is coming now here, concave shape, here also concave up, concave down, concave up, like this it is coming. And see another one function. We are getting one graph like this. This is actually whose graph? F of x equal to x cube graph. See here all this tangents positive, 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 and here also positive, positive, positive. See actually what should get we should get like this curve, means when here f dash of x is greater than 0, that means the slope of the tangent greater than 0. At this point f dash of x equal to 0, and these all points the slope of the tangent less than 0. Then we can say this is a local maxima, or this point gives a local maximum value of the function. And for this curve, like this shape, what about here its left side? F dash of x less than 0. At this particular point f dash of x equal to 0, and these all points f dash of x greater than 0. That means increasing time f dash of x greater than 0, and we are getting f dash of x equal to 0, means at a critical point f dash of x equal to 0, and in the decreasing case we are getting f dash of x less than 0. These all graphs you should draw in your notebook. When you are preparing your notebook, get help from your textbook and draw the graphs. Means show like this, increasing, then it is here, its slope is 0, then it is decreasing. And draw this one also, this graph in your notebook. F dash of x greater than 0, here f dash of x is equal to 0, f dash of x less than 0, and this point you can call it as a local maxima. And the same way here you draw one graph, you are getting f dash of x less than 0, at this point f dash of x equal to 0. So this point where f dash of x equal to 0, we are getting a local minima. Okay, and come to this graph. At this point when we are drawing, see here f dash of x is greater than 0. These all points slope is positive, slope positive. And what about this side? After, at this point what happened for this curve? See, this graph is coming like this. When we are drawing the slope of the tangent at this point, we are getting the slope is parallel to x-axis, means actually x-axis is the slope coming. So this point parallel to, this point slope is parallel to x-axis. So those point we are getting f dash of x equal to 0. Since slope is parallel to x-axis, tangent is parallel to x-axis, slope of the tangent equal to 0, that means f dash of x equal to 0. Where at x equal to 0. Okay. And after that also we are getting f dash of x is greater than 0. If f dash of x greater than 0 and f dash of x equal to 0 at a point, after that we are getting f dash of x less than 0, then we can say this point is a local maxima. But here what happened? It shows an increasing nature, and it at a particular point tangent slope is parallel to x axis. Sorry, tangent is parallel to x axis, or slope of the tangent equal to 0, and again it's showing an increasing nature. Means one curve was going like this, then it shows like this, then again it is increasing. Or you can say one curve was coming down, means decreasing, then slope becomes 0, again it shows decreasing. Like this situation, we can call this point where this is coming like this. This point, we cannot say it's a maximum point or minimum point, or it gives a maximum value or minimum value. So those points we will call it as a point of inflection. Point of inflection. Consider one function. F of x equal to x minus 1 whole square plus 3. What will be, do we get a minimum value or a maximum value for this function? Just to see a simple function, that's why I am asking directly. Do we can say, or is it possible to say this function is having a minimum value or it's having a maximum value? Is it possible to say like this? You can think like this. Here f of x equal to x minus 1 whole square plus 3. See, what about this function? It's a square number, perfect square number, plus 3. This will be positive, plus 3, so it's sure it's always greater than 0. Isn't it? It's always greater than 0. And see, what can be the minimum value of this one, x minus 1 whole square? When you are giving x equal to 1, you know it's this quantity becomes 0. So 0 plus 3. So can it be more than 3 any time? No, because its minimum value, x minus 1 whole square, its minimum value is coming 0 only. So the f of x, its f of x minimum value will come, minimum value is equal to 3. At what time we are getting? When x equal to 1, when you are substituting, see 1 minus 1 whole square, you are getting it as equal to 0. So as perfect square number, minimum value will be 0 only. We cannot make it as negative. So this, its minimum value will be 0. At what time we are getting it is equal to 0? When x equal to 1. So we can say f of x, its minimum value is 3. Why 3? 0 plus 3. So minimum value come 3 only, not less than 3. We will not get whatever value you are giving for x, you will not get a value for f of x which coming less than 3. Isn't it? So f of x is getting a minimum value at x equal to 3. Sorry, at x equal to 1, and the minimum value is 3. That means f of 1, what we are getting? 3. F of 1 equal to 3 is the minimum value. We will call 1 is the point of local minima, or not local minima, it's having only one minimum value, means least value. So it's calling minimum value, minima. F of x equal to 1 is the point of minima, and we can say f of 1, that is 3, is the minimum value. X equal to 1 is the point of minima, and f of 1, that is equal to 3. 3 is the minimum value. Okay, like this we can say. And the same thing we can do by derivative. Every function we will not say like this directly. Since this is symbol, means a perfect square plus 3 form, that's why it is easy for us to say whether it's having a minimum value 3. Clear? And when we are doing, we have discussed about the slope of the tangent. That means f dash of x. F dash of x equal to 2 into x minus 1. And we can find where these functions f dash of x equal to 0. Those points either it have a maximum value or it have a minimum value. So we can say f dash of x equal to 0 implies 2x minus 2 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So x equal to 1. 2 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So x minus 1 equal to 0. So x equal to 1. So at x equal to 1 we are getting f dash of x equal to 0. So at x equal to 1, here 1, we are getting f dash of x equal to 0. Clear? But we are not sure at that point we are getting a maximum value or minimum value, because at where f dash of x equal to 0, sometimes it may come like this situation or may come like this situation. Isn't it? Where f dash of x vanishes, at those points we are getting, means at critical points we are getting either a maximum value or a minimum value. We are not sure. Then how can we make it sure this is a maximum or this is a minimum value? Like that, how can we make sure? See, suppose it's a maximum value. What should we get? At 1 we are getting f dash of x equal to 0. That means f dash of 1 is 0. And the nearest points, means its left side and right side. If we are getting a value as f dash of x, f dash of 1, or means f dash of x, this is 0 at this points, means one's left side one point is 0. Suppose we are finding f dash of 0, what should we get? F dash of 0 must be positive and this side should be negative. Either one side you search, because we already found f dash of x equal to 0, that means f dash of 1 equal to 0. At 1 either we will get a maximum value or minimum value. So we should get its left side as positive and its right side value should give f dash of x should be negative. Then we can say this is a maximum point. Suppose we are getting like this. Suppose it may come minimum value or maximum value. Suppose f dash of 1, we are getting f dash of 1 equal to 0 in this situation, like this situation. What we should search? In the left side, if you are getting left side values, if you are getting f dash of x is less than 0, what we can say? It is a minimum value. Got it? So we should find f dash of 0 less, if we are getting f dash of 0, what is f dash of 0? F dash of 0 is equal to f dash of x is 2 into x minus 1. So 2 into 0 minus 1, that is equal to 2 minus 2. We are getting f dash of 0 is less than 0. F dash of 0 less than 0 means what? How the situation comes? See, like this situation. See, we are getting these points only f dash of x less than 0, means left side of 1. At 1 we are getting f dash of x equal to 0, that means f dash of 1 equal to 0. Its left side we are getting negative, isn't it? So that means it shows decreasing, and at here it's a minimum value, then started increasing. Understood? Okay. So only this problem I am explaining today. Balance problem we can do next class. I hope you understood this theory part. So today you concentrate on the theory part. Problems we can do in the next class. Okay. So that much only. Thank you.